Morning. I want to welcome you to the Tuesday, December 6th meeting of the St. Joseph County Board of Commissioners. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. A little brief. First item on our agenda is our accounts payable docket. So we have a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next is reappointment to the St. Joseph County Library Board, Dr. Marvin Curtis.
It's a motion to reappoint.
Second.
Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote? Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next is another reappointment to the St. Joseph County Parks Board, John Ferretti. Do we have a motion?
Motion to reappoint him.
Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote? Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next is appointment to the On-Site Wastewater Advisory Board, to which I would like to serve.
We need to open nominations.
Well, I will nominate Carl Baxmeyer.
Need a motion to open nominations.
Oh, I'm sorry, there's a motion to open the nominations. So moved.
I'll second it, I guess.
Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Now, do we have any nominations?
Yes, like I said, I'd like to nominate Carl Baxmeyer on it then.
We can close nominations if the president so wishes.
Close nominations.
All right, do we have a motion to appoint Carl Baxmeyer?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next is Resolution R24C 2022, authorizing approval of a real estate purchase agreement. Mr. Shalio.
Good morning, good morning. Bill Shalio, Economic Development, part of Department of Infrastructure Planning Growth, offices on the 7th and 11th floor. Before you today is Resolution R24-C-2022, and this would authorize approval of a purchase agreement to acquire 14402 East Douglas Road. This property sits just to the east of the Mishawaka city limits and just to the west of Capitol Avenue. This is a property that will need to be acquired as part of a long-term strategy to widen Douglas Road between Veterans Parkway and Capitol Avenue on Douglas Road. The city and the county are working together on this project. City of Mishawaka has built a 5-lane segment to the city limits, to the eastern city limits, and is working with us as we do design and concepting for the rest of the corridor. We've identified 5 to 6 parcels that will need to be acquired either in total for this project. This is one of those properties that has been identified. It is currently available. It's currently vacant, so there's no relocation. We had 2 appraisals done on the property. The average of the appraisal value is $232,500. The appraisals were $230,000, $235,000, so that's how we get to $232,500. And then the staff will work with the Redevelopment Commission on demolition and property management after the property is acquired. If there's any questions, I would be happy to answer them.
When will the decision be made as to the crossing at the railroad, as whether it's going to be an overpass or what?
So what we'll do is we'll, through the Redevelopment Commission, move forward on a contract in this next year in 2023 to start doing formalized design. We've already done design at a 30% level for an overpass. We applied for a local tracks grant a couple of years ago. Unsuccessful in that grant. The money actually was awarded regionally to Elkhart County to do 2 rail projects in Elkhart County. So we have basic work done. We need to formalize that work and then make a decision from a cost standpoint and from a grant standpoint if we should just do at grade or if we should do an overpass. There's a lot of conversation and overpass that have value because of the hospital and the commercial residential corridor and just the connection to Notre Dame through that whole corridor. We will have a 5-lane segment from Capitol Avenue to State Road 933, as work we're already doing. Sky is masterfully building 5 lanes west of State Road 23 to Twickenham. So work is already being done. So this corridor from side to side would be 5 lanes. So we would hope to make a decision after we do a study in next year.
Take a breath.
Yep. A little extra energy from a bagel upstairs, so just all jacked up on energy.
Yeah, I'm just glad to hear that you're getting it done. Thank you so much.
Yep.
Derek, any questions?
Thank you, sir.
Do we have a motion?
A motion to authorize approval of the real estate purchase agreement on Douglas Road.
Second.
Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye,
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
good.
Next is approval of agreement with land surveyor Edward Fisher. Good morning.
Good morning, Sky Metters, Department of Infrastructure Planning and Growth, offices on the 7th and 11th floor. Speaking today for Surveyor John McNamara. What this is an agreement with land surveyor Ed Fisher to come in and work alongside Mr. McNamara for the last 2 weeks or so of December, so he can sort of get the lay of the land as far as what goes on in the surveyor's office. So we ask for your approval. If you got any questions, we'll try to answer them.
Well, with John's retirement, we're certainly losing a lot of
Yeah,
decades of institutional knowledge, so
yeah.
it's,
Just
Good
50
that we're
years
doing
or
this.
so.
Yeah, I just got a question. If you'd like to tell the room what was so funny before when you were.
What was so funny? No, probably not. I'd have to, I didn't state my name and location yet, so.
I have no further questions at this time.
yes, Edward Fisher.
So you're going to be the new land surveyor, right?
No,
No, no?
no.
No, I'm sorry. Okay.
Sky is
It's,
informing us as to what the plan is to have.
yeah, it's
Mr.
a
Fisher.
contract with another land surveyor to come in and just sort of shadow Mr.
Okay.
McNamara.
Okay.
If there are no further questions, do we have a motion?
Right. A motion for the agreement of the land surveyor with Edward Fisher.
Second that.
Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote?
Voting aye.
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Thank
Motion
you.
carries.
Thank you, Sky.
Thanks, Guy.
Next is approval of the Sender Dalton 2023 agreement for general
brinks
county financial advisory services.
Mr. Dalton will be here later today. He's not here right now. This is his standard agreement that we sign every year for provision of the financial consulting services. To be clear, his consulting services in relation to Redevelopment Commission is paid for under a separate agreement with Redevelopment Commission. Bonding is separate from this agreement, which the bond proceeds are typically paying for professional services. So this is just his typical day-to-day consulting for commissioners and council.
And this is already part of the
Part of the budget,
budget.
and it's something we do year over year.
Day to day or minute by minute?
Well, it's only a fraction, so.
Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
Any questions? If not, do we have a motion?
Motion to approve the county financial servicer.
Second.
Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Next, for Purdue Extension, approval of the extension contractual services agreement for, and MOU for the coming year.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
Hello, my name is Brittany Gendron. I'm the Purdue County Extension Director. My Team's offices are located across the street, 125 South Lafayette Boulevard on the second floor. And I am here to ask you guys to sign our contractual services agreement that we have signed every year. So you've already approved the budget for contractual services, but what this does is it solidifies the relationship between Purdue Extension and the county. Purdue Extension is about investing in the community, education, and research to maintain economic viability. It is a contract to provide educational programs for youth, adults, families, communities, and businesses. Counties get better than a dollar-to-dollar return on the investment they make in Purdue Extension contractual services. We have 3 different kinds of educators in this county: 4-H youth development, health and human services, and ag and natural resources. And each of our educators serves an important role in educating the public and providing access to resources. We also have community wellness coordinators and nutrition education program staff who work in the schools and with other organizations to help our youth have better access to education and lifelong skills. And that's us.
Good synopsis, and I appreciate all that you do, the Purdue University Extension does for the county. I think it's a great arrangement throughout the state, but especially here in St. Joe County.
Thank you. I'm excited for what our office has in store for 2023. You guys will be receiving an invite soon to our annual Extension Board meeting where we're going to highlight our accomplishments of 2020, but also shed some light on our goals for 2023. So that'll be coming soon.
Good.
You have a date on that?
January 18th.
When?
January 18th.
Okay, cool. Thanks, man.
We're working on the invite. It should be sent out to you on Friday.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah.
Any other questions, comments?
Do you see a lot of these children at your home, or your facility over there, where you live now here in South Bend, still?
Do I see a lot of children come in through our offices? No, not frequently, because it's hard for parents to find a place to park and get into the facility.
Yeah, that's what I always had told years ago, too, to change the little location so you could, so maybe we can do that, too, so we can talk about it.
We would appreciate a location that was more accessible to the clientele that we serve. I'd be happy to come chat with you guys about that.
Right, right.
Thank
Well,
you.
we look forward to the invite and
Yes.
learning more about the plans for the coming year.
Awesome. And I appreciate all the time, and I will just need one of you guys to give me a signature on that piece of paper so that I can turn it into Dr. Henderson, and we can stay here and continue to provide some services to the county. We love being here and appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Did you go to the Big Ten championship game?
That was quite disappointing. I didn't go.
You didn't go?
No,
You gonna go to the bowl game?
probably not. Are you going to go?
Okay. Yeah.
If you go, I'll send you with a Purdue flag. They're going to the Citrus Bowl.
No, I'll be going to the Sugar Bowl to see Alabama on New Year's Eve. Thank you, in New Orleans.
Oh, that'll be fun. No, I'm,
Probably.
well, hopefully, although I got to say, personally, I root for Purdue. I was a Boilermaker before they were my employer. Now I'm doubly loyal.
Can you hear me now or not? Is this,
Yes.
can hear me? Okay, I got to get closer. Anyway.
What college whose players ended up in the NFL have thrown for the most yards in the NFL? What college has produced those? Purdue.
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 I don't do much with the sports.
Mr. Shelley, would you like to name them at this time, or would that be under old
Yeah.
business? I'd be happy under old business. Okay, cool. We're good.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Do we have a motion to approve the extension of the contractual services agreement?
So move to approve.
Second the approval.
Commissioner Dieter, how do you
Vote
vote?
aye.
Commissioner
Go
Fleming, how do you
Purdue.
vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Boiler up. Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Shelley, you'll bring in the big drum right now, man.
Well, next we have our consent agenda. Several items on this. First is a salt proposal for the 2023 season for the town of Lakeville. Mr. Mish, do we need to take these individually?
No, we can do them all at once.
I thought so. In that case, do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Mr. Metters, back to talk about the approval of work award for 3 guardrail repairs.
Yes, thank you. Sky Matters, Department of Infrastructure Planning and Growth. Offices on the 7th and 11th floor of this building. What this is to repair guardrail along 3 locations, at 3 locations, Mayflower, Grant Road, and McKinley. We'll be using the costs that were provided in our annual bids, which we received earlier this year. We have reviewed everything and find it to be in good standing and recommend your approval. Funds will be available in our LRSA account. Any questions? I'd be happy to
Ballpark
answer.
figure what that will be?
It will be approximately $30,000
Total?
total, yeah.
The way the cost of steel is going up, it's good we're
Yes.
getting it done now.
Yeah, and that's why we try and get locked in at the beginning of the year with some prices too on things we use throughout the year, so.
And I just want to say I'm glad we're able to get this stuff done. That's good for everything that we can do. Yay.
Yeah, thank you.
Any other questions or comments? If not, do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote?
Yay.
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
There being no old business, we will move on to public comments. Does anybody wish to make a comment today?
Come on, San Diego, get up there, dude.
I was just.
Something.
I was here for the sports segment.
Give me something up there. Nothing? So you win a Citizen of the Month award, and now you just, I ain't got to say anything.
Good morning, Dan Caruso, 305 Compton Street, New Carlisle. Nice to see everybody. Still waiting for the Purdue answers. I got 4 of them, but I'm not sure who the 5th one is, the quarterbacks. I'm just, anybody who's listening, there's a meeting of the county council tonight during which there's an issue on the agenda involving the intersection of Quince Road and State Road 2, a rezoning. If you have any interest in that issue, please zoom in, be here, because it's a hot plate issue for me. I just don't understand the need to expand that. If you understand the need, then show up tonight and tell me what it is I don't understand about the need to expand that gas station. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else here wish to speak? If not, we'll move to those on the video call. Ms. Nix, see your hand up.
May I,
Yes,
is it okay
please.
for me to speak? Is it my turn?
It is your turn.
Hi, I'm Cheryl Nix, 17901 Sable Ridge Drive, South Bend, Indiana, 46635. And I wanted to speak today about an article that was in the Tribune on Wednesday, November 30th. The headline is Indiana Cities Wait for Opioid Funds. The state of Indiana and all of its cities, towns, and counties are set to receive up to $507 million as part of a massive settlement from lawsuits against drug manufacturer Johnson & Johnson and various distributors. The funds will help Indiana communities fight the drug crisis, bolster law enforcement and task forces, and fund treatment and other programs, Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita said last February, announcing the settlement is a huge win for the state. Rokita, whose office is in charge of distributing the payments, also said localities would begin receiving portions of the funds in the second quarter of this year. But 9 months later, Indiana communities have yet to receive a single penny. Nearly 650 localities in the state were supposed to receive portions of their settlement earlier this year. St. Joseph County is one of those communities. So I'm calling on you 3 commissioners as leaders of our county to please reach out to Todd Rokita's office, asking why there is a delay, because when the Tribune and tried to find out what was going on, they did not receive a response. Because I think we can all agree that any money that we can receive for the county to help curb opioid abuse and addiction problems would be very beneficial. And my understanding is it was millions of dollars over the next few years. So I'm asking for you to write up or a memorandum or do something to reach out to Attorney General Rokita's office. Thank you.
We can answer that right away.
Ms. Nix, we received information from our outside counsel on December 2nd that we should receive our initial payments beginning December 9th. So the money is on its way. The commissioners were working with our outside counsel to potentially put together a letter to push the Attorney General, but the Attorney General has got it moving now. So thank you for your concern, and hopefully we will have that money on the 9th.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Anyone else on the call wish to speak?
Mr. Patel, do you have anything for us today? I'd say no.
He didn't say anything at the airport authority meeting either.
Really?
Well, being no further comments, do we have a motion to recess?
So moved.
Second that.
Commissioner Dieter, how do you vote?
Voting aye.
Commissioner Fleming, how do you vote?
Aye.
Commissioner Baxmeyer, how do you vote?
Aye.
Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Recording stopped.
Hey, Mr. Crusoe, your boy, how far is San Diego from
getting right on it.
Newport Beach? Your good buddy John Vorty's there as we speak.
Hello, hello. Hello?